Hello guys, and welcome to another one of my Bloons TD5 videos. So once again, we're heading in here, or I am anyway, and I hope you're gonna be joining me to complete a hard level in the beginner's part of Bloons TD5. Level number 7, 3 times around, is what we're gonna be looking at. So this is the very simplistic map that we're gonna be playing, and I remember this really from the old days. And I think it's a really cool map because you have so much space to work with. You have the smallest track in the world, but the balloons obviously go 3 times around. So the cool way to do this is to put something in the middle of the grass and increase its range, because it gives you like massive board control, so to say. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna be putting a dot monkey here at the corner of the circle, if I'm allowed to say such a thing, and then really just focus on leaving space there for other things that are more interesting. So because we have this nasty circle, and like I said, pop a ninja in here, give it more range. Pop a dot monkey in the middle, give it more range. The center spot is like your win spot, but I want to keep it for something else, and I'm a little bit too lazy to start selling my different monkeys this time around. But anyway guys, we gave it an upgrade, and we didn't need to do so, but I'm playing it a little bit safe the first time around. I'm doing these levels just because really it's I don't want to be recording this, and the first time around I actually had to go again, which was a bit embarrassing even though it was my first game. So popping the banana farm over here, and I know I need to cut it below where when the numbers are shown, because I don't want to be tapping to get that pop-up menu all the time. So I really want to increase the damage on the dot monkey, because things are getting just a little bit annoying in terms of greens needing 2 shots. But now we're pretty home safe, and with a decent starting income building up. We're only on round 8 here, so it's a really nice time for us to have the dot monkey and to get the more bananas running. Round 24 is where we're going to be seeing camo balloons, round 28 elite balloons, and of course 46 is where we're going to be getting the Moab. But I don't think any of that really matters at this part of the gaming, because I hate to break it to you guys, but we already won. We have an upgraded banana farm and an upgraded dot monkey down before the turn hits 10, meaning that we are so much in the lead. And the fact that we have such a crazy track here where we have 3 times around to hit stuff means that anything that goes area, and lightning for instance, bomb towers that go splash damage, all that stuff is just crazy efficient, because you can hit balloons that are circling the first, second and third time if like they're on top of each other. So you have massive bonuses for going splash-tastic here. Once again, I'm upgrading the dot monkey like completely in terms of being able to detect camo, and I'm doing it on round 14, and there is no good reason for that. It's just because now the dot monkey is like out of my mental picture of things I need to worry about, and instead of saving up for the Banana Republic, I am popping down another banana farm, going more bananas, and I'm gonna be going more more farms this time around. Obviously, if you can hold on to your money and you can upgrade to the Republic instead of to additional plantations, you're in for a better return on value earlier in the game. But my thumb rule for my Bloons TD5 gaming is that if I just have a single plantation at round 20, then I'm in like a sweet spot in terms of the game, because that's really, and these are thumb rules from my like old times playing, so they may be like outdated, but what I remember was that I calculated that if I had at least 1 plantation by the time I hit 20, at least 1 republic or equivalent in terms of income by the time I hit 30, I'm enough in the lead game wise financially to be able to pretty much no sweat the entire game. And so far that has been working out very nicely for me, even though I'm looking at the game with semi-fresh eyes. At least it has been quite some time since I played. Before I started this, I'm doing it like on a daily basis now. Of course, sometimes I'm doing more games in one day, but it's really it's a game I'm having a really hard time not playing. I really want to push it. I want to hit the master challenges. So just to be funny, again, doing things a bit differently between these levels. Like this time I have 3 plantations and I'm popping down the sniper, going camo detection and lead popping capabilities on him, and it's really like I should have a Banana Republic at round 30 or equivalent in terms of income, and 3 plantations in my world is as good, really, especially because I got them down early, so we're getting a lot of interest on the money. It's not as good, but it's okay. It's definitely okay. But I do want one, so we were a level slow in terms of the minimum that I really wanted, but now we're like suddenly massively in the lead as well, because we both have the Republic and 2 plantations, so it's like really good times. And now we're just gonna be like flooding the economy with cheap bananas imported directly from 3 times around land. So it's all good, really. It's all good. As you can see, I'm popping in a ninja here just for additional crowd control, and it is because what is the main threat for us? The main threat is getting flooded, and obviously the wizard can deal with that, but the ninja is actually very, very, very good at doing that as well, but he cannot pop lead. But the wizard has lightning, and what the lightning is going to do is just going to be scraping up that lead layer of the balloons, and then the ninja can pretty freely use his shuriken powers to go craze jutsu on them and remove them completely from the field, because the seeking shuriken go in and damage the same balloon more than once, whereas the lightning pretty much just hits a little bit on each. So there you can really see the effect of it. The wizard goes in and pops the lead off, and the ninja does the cleanup all in one go, more or less. We do get the tick 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 the first time the dart monkey and the ninja try to hit the lead, but it's like a small stakes thing. So now we have our 3 republics, and we're working towards valuable bananas so that we are getting more bite for the buck every time we tap on one of these bananas. And ideally, my round 40 thing is that I have at least one of those in a Banana Republic, and we do have that. And a little bit extra. So just moving the sniper towards ceramic popping capabilities, and of course the thing I need to keep in mind here on round 41 is that right around now the funk's so brava, but besides that, it is that we have a Moab incoming in a few rounds, but we have like loads of money to build up a very, very good defense for it. So I'm not worried. That's why I'm going banana style. I'm using the Pyro Wizard this time around because he's like so crazy damage wise, close range. And the good news is that everything here is close range 3 times around. So in terms of dealing this like burst damage amount, I really do feel that the wizard is like one of the best. Obviously there are some of the new things that I haven't fooled around with yet, like the balloon chipper that seems to be really broken as well. But the Pyro Mage there is just like so insane, so I don't really feel, I feel pretty safe having him as my sensor guard for dealing loads of damage. Of course I popped down a Moab Mauler because it's 10 times as much damage to the Moab class balloons, and I know those are coming, so it's like, it's silly not to have one. They are pretty cheap. You need to consider our income. When I say cheap, it's like super expensive if you have no banana farms, but for us it's a very cheap thing to pop down. We could pretty much flood the board with them if we wanted to. So we're getting the Moab now, and I'm just popping down this dude here, just, you know, because the income we're getting from the farms is going to give him the good shots. So we have like really nasty defense down there now. Obviously we want to have the Super Monkey in a position where it can detect camo, because it has this nasty range, and camo is, in my opinion, the real threat in these levels, because these camo balloons are just sneaking down below the massive BFBs and Moabs and Zumgs that are coming later on. So it's like super important to have something that can deal with these sneaky paints, camo rainbows and ceramics and whatnot. So I really should have a banana factory right around round 50. That or a well upgraded Super Monkey, and I like almost have both. What you can choose to do when you have like a kill spots such as this here is to think about if you want your monkey village to be upgraded so that the balloons that die in the area give you more money, and I chose to do that this time around. So anything that dies within the range of the tower is going to be giving 50% more money. And it's gonna be a lot of balloons, guys, even though it's actually, you could argue that it's on the wrong side of the small island we have there, but once we get further into the game, we're gonna like have balloons everywhere. So it's gonna be okay. I'm not afraid that it's gonna be a bad deal. It's going to be, as you can see, the Moabs here, they get within range before the balloons underneath go dead. Is what I was looking for. So we're getting loads of income. We have our banana factory a little bit late, but I decided to go income on the monkey village instead, and I think it's going to pay itself like quite a few times value wise. So the Super Monkey here is falling in under the range of the monkey village, which is nice. It has camo detection capabilities, it shoots faster, further, and has increased popping. Plus it has cheaper upgrades, so it's like win-win and triple win. But right now it's unable to hit anything because the other dudes are just way too strong. But that's a good problem. So, more range. So the Super Monkey there can hit anything within the circle. And that's the kill spot. That's where the balloons are 3 times. So can it hit the entrance? No. Does it matter? No, because it can hit where it matters, and that is of course the spots where we're going to be seeing the balloons 3 times around. So just going a little bit focused now on the passive income, so to say, and that is of course because I want to be placing temples. In the last episode I went temples without benefits, so to say, and just checked a little bit about how that worked out. I should, if this were a hard level, I would be selling the ninja now. I would be selling the dart monkey, because they have no place in the game at this point. But I'm just keeping that stuff now. I hope the game is going to be challenging to the point where we have to start thinking about replacing our units at some point. But right now it's just pretty casually playing a game, just financially not in any kind of a problem. I know I have the sniper over there that has been like no TLC on that dude, and it's mostly because it's not important, but I have him there. I can go like cripple if it is needed in the end game. So yeah, things are just flowing very nicely here. Very nicely. Another factory, or banana research facility to be precise. So I'm thinking second sun god is gonna be prepared for temple style right up at the entrance. What that's gonna do is it's gonna give us a temple that has a range, I hope, matching within the entire circle area. So it's going to be able to pop balloons right as they appear outside of the map. and for the majority of the time they wish to spend in the map, but hopefully they're gonna be dying very early in the process. So just going upgrade style on these now. Like, the smart thing to do, of course, is to think more money, more money, more money, but I'm just building up towards placing, just starting out with these temples. I like the thought about having a temple or two before hitting 85, and of course the right way to get there is to build more factories, but I'm going a little lazy style now, and like I've said a few times, once I have this I won kind of feeling, it gets much more casual, and I got that like quite a while ago, so I'm not worried about completing level 101 Freeplay. But then again, crazy stuff could happen, right? So I pop, therefore I am. Righty pants. So around 70. And things are getting pushed like further and further back. We saw a lot of the ceramics and stuff like that. They actually entered the circle. We had some that went around a few times. But instead of things getting further and further in the map, they are being kept more at the start. And that is of course because we have improved our defenses more than the balloons have increased in difficulty or strength, or however we should put it. And with the temple joining in here, it's gonna be pushing even more in that direction. So we're just like scraping the area of the circle, but when we put in the monkey village here, we should be we should be pretty well set in terms of covering the entire area. What's not to like? Absolutely amazing. So once again, going Monkey Town up here is going to give me money on the start part and money on the center part, like 50% more money. I'm not sure how it's calculated, because the way I remember the game, you get like $1 for every red balloon, so I don't know if you just get 2 for every second or how it is, and I'm not sure how it works out with the free play mode, where you are getting rewarded differently, but perhaps it's only really on the experience side. I really haven't looked that much into it, because I've just been enjoying my look back into balloons and just chilling. So plus it hasn't really felt like it was important to find out, because it's going pretty decently. So more down. This is one of those levels where if you want to go free play crazy, like for a huge amount of levels, this is like the perfect track for you to experiment on, because you have, I think, the smallest track possible in the entire game. Could be new tracks I don't know about. You have a nasty kill spot where the balloons circle 3 times, and then all the remaining space you can just flood it with banana farms right from the start, so you can build up your economy. Like, you can save up millions, not like a million, millions, very early in the game, and then you can just pop down your 5 ninja monkeys, place the activated ability towers where you want them, and just go ballistic crazy pants. You even have water if you want to go with the submarines and their new power that unfortunately I don't have yet, but I've seen my son play with it and it's crazy. I want it. I want it so bad. So things are like moving an inch further into the map now, and that is of course because we are moving in on the end game, closing in on being done with the hard part, the hard mode completion. But we almost have our second temple ready. the focus is actually not to keep the balloons from entering the map. I'm just going to be spreading these temples over the map so that they don't go sacrificing each other, and most of the fire is going to be like overlap fire. No matter where the balloons are, they're going to be hit by multiple temples, but just in case, I'm probably going to go like hardcore damage in the middle or at the start or something, just just for the fun of it. So that was fun, huh? That was fun. I double tapped and I sold my temple. Wow. Wow, that sucks. I'm like so bad. I mean, I upgraded to a temple. Wow, that was bad. That was like embarrassing bad. So not only did I waste 100,000, of course I got some money back, but it's like, wow. How is it even possible to have so poor skills in balloons? But so as you guys could see, that's of course the benefit of recording it. I was just about to pull the quits on the level, but of course it's silly because we're like so much in the lead. But you know that feeling like you wanted things to be in a specific way, and suddenly you lost out, and you're like, now I don't care anymore. Even though I just spent half an hour building this up, but I deleted this tower and there is no regret button. So now even though it's like still so overkill, I have way too much money and a solid defense, like now it doesn't matter. I was getting one of those really childish moments because that one was on me and I don't like that. But anyway, we're just going with it here, and obviously if you guys are replicating things I'm doing here, in case you're having a hard time completing these things and you want to go free play, don't do the last part is what I'm thinking. Just, you know, don't do that stuff. So I don't want to go more monkey towns, let's just do it. I mean, this is overkill. We already have the area covered. I don't think you're getting like more overkill on it. I don't know if you can get 50-50, like if you can get multiple bonuses. Would be nice to make the test. I'm thinking I should get some sandbags and see if you can like make a kill spot where you're getting 7 times as much money or something. It would be really crazy, but I'm thinking you can't. But I want to find out, but not today, guys. And right now the focus is of course getting all these hard tracks completed so that we can move further. Not all of these beginners tracks on hard, and once I hit the intermediate, I am going to be looking into completing easy modes, medium modes, and impossible modes on the beginner tracks as I move forward with hard on the intermediate. So it's gonna be like a bit more different type of gaming there, because I will go easy, medium, and intermediate on these tracks I already completed to get all the medals, because I need those in order to be able to go to the mastery. So it's gonna be like a lot of games on the same tracks. I guess the impossible are going to be like the most interesting if you're having a hard time completing those. But I'm not going to go free play. I don't expect to go free play on any of those, because I think that's gonna be a bit of a waste of time. Perhaps I will do some impossible free play, but I don't know. It really comes down to time, right? Because it's like, I think it's like 20 minutes to play a game like this, but it becomes like 40 if you like going to 85 is like 20 minutes. I'm thinking, I haven't looked at the time, but I have like 20 minute feeling on it. But if you go round 101 free play, it closes in on like 45 minutes, 50 minutes, and It's a lot of time for the remaining 16 tracks, but those are also the ones I like the first few tracks because that's where you build the foundation, and then I like the last ones where you kind of put your build up to a test really. So everything in between is, if you got the good start, it doesn't really matter, is my take on it anyway. So things are actually getting surprisingly far here. I'm a bit impressed by these balloons, so let's see if we get... Yes, it went free, that was nice. So 3 of those, and of course we're getting another one of these down. So yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Why not? So I'm thinking we're in a good spot. Oh yes we are, oh yes we are. Yes please. Let's just do it. We have the moves like Jagger in this. That's how good we are. So just getting rid of that stuff. I should have done it like ages ago, but I'm thinking I want to spend the spot for something a little bit more efficient. Just starting out with trying to put some bit more serious damage down here, and like the Pyro Mage full close range is like really cool. The benefit of going Fire Mage instead of Sun God is that if we pop down the Fire Mage, it is going to focus its damage on the small area it has. If we put down a Sun God, the Super Monkey, it would focus its damage on like whatever setting we have that made it like give most sense. So like if we just didn't do anything, it would focus on the balloon the furthest ahead. So by having these mages here, we are going to have like forced entrance damage really. So even if something escapes and goes half around in the circle, the mages are going to keep firing at the things that are behind them to make sure nothing comes completely untouched through the start area. So you could argue if that is a good thing or a bad thing. I think it's a good thing, so that you don't suddenly have one of these Zumg ships that has passed enough through your defenses to like be completely unharmed halfway through it. I think that would be really bad, and that is actually why I am putting this burst damage focus on the start area. I know you can also just change your settings on the towers to like last, then it will always target something furthest away. But I have to say, I feel that the burst damage, like the damage on these when they use their fire, is pretty crazy. So I feel pretty comfy having them as entrance defenders. Oh yeah, right there. Oh come on, right on. So another thing we're getting is of course loads of phoenixes, and I do like those. Oh yes I do. So we need to be able to hit the road, Jack. Like that. It's very important that you note that you can actually place towers on a great deal of the area that is covered by the temple. So the temple doesn't take up as much space as you think it do. It is more... Well, I actually think it's just right around the same as a Super Monkey, but it has a much larger image. But you can place things, sometimes they go on top of it and sometimes they go below, but you actually still have a large space where you can place structures. And if you look at the top leftmost temple, it's on the road where you can't place anything. So just getting rid of that Bloons Jutsu Kana Ninja there, and it is because it has no place in our map anymore. Nothing is weak enough for us to want to have a Bloons Jutsu thing going on. If you cannot assist with the big guns, then you have no place in the map. And I guess I'm just going a little pyro crazy now, focusing on on these Phoenix mages, and it's just really to have fun with it while I'm doing it. It's a why not thing, not a why thing. We don't need to, we have enough to win, but why not is the question one needs to ask. Why not fill the entire area with pyro mages? I see no reason why we shouldn't. Good, let's do it. Right on. I like this. Oh yes I do. So, 14 phoenixes that we don't need. But let's get them out there. I really like the firing animation when you summon them. Oh yeah. My small friends that I don't want to pet because I don't want to get burned. Yes please. So I don't feel that the phoenixes are like crazy good. I think I mentioned it. I may even have, I think it was in the last video I actually showcased the ninja power, which I feel is the most important one if you want to go far in the free play. That is like the win one. From what I've seen, the submarine is also in that category, and the reason why I'm highlighting the submarine activated ability is because it appears to do the same as the nuke, but even better actually, but it doesn't take up your land space. Like the monkey ace is such a large monkey structure to place that I rarely use it because it's like so big and it really limits what you can do on the map. But the submarines, we don't have that many naval units to place. So having these submarines with an efficient activated ability, because the Buccaneer's ability to like sink a single big ship is not bad, but just as with the Moab Mauler, it's a one-shot thing. It takes out one tower, and one tower is just not good enough if you're going free play. You need to have something that has a much greater impact on the game than just the removal of a single tower. So I'm going in with these spike factories, even though it's a really bad deal because they generate lag. But I'm going into overkill mode here, guys, just, you know, just for the sake of doing it. It's another why not thing, really. I know that I'm only gonna be going like 101, so it doesn't really matter that I start using spikes, but if you go further into the game where the rounds get like really long and you have so many balloons and so many shots on the screen, having the spikes as well, the way I remember it, is like a really bad idea. But for now, since we're not going that far into the game, I think it's okay. Oh yes it is, oh yes it is. So everybody's happy here, I mean except the balloons. And they're getting popped, so it's like, it's understandable if they're crying a little bit. You can just see those lightning lines from the horde of sorcerers down below these massive airships. You can see the lightning and you can see the fire spray, and then these huge balls of pure energy, sun craziness from the temples. I like that. Then you just know you reached the right part of the game. Oh goody. So once again, just going crazy pants. We have spike storm capabilities that we don't need, but that's there. And just, you know, for super safety, we're going Tempest Tornado Wizard down at the bottom as well. So if you get down here and you can be blown away, we're gonna be doing it. So like super defensive style. And the real way to do this, guys, is of course to focus on the offense, because you don't want to allow things to reach a place on the map where you want to think defensive. This is really one of those, the best defenses and attack offense kind of games, but now we're just doing it anyway, just because we can. Exactly. So just a few rounds to go. And with smashed balloons, it begins to snow. Yeah, I'm that funny, really. I know, it's silly, but I am. I don't know where it comes from. Ooh, something where we need to experience up. That was very nice to find. So, another small victory. I mean, leveling up something is really good. I should be like clicking the I button to see if there was something I should focus on. But I'm not gonna. I'm just taking it a bit casually, really. And yes, I have crates with balloons in them as well, and they're just like waiting for me to want to go pick them up. Of course I'm doing it, but like no stress. So I really like the firing. I think it's so crazy. And it is one of the things I feel is it has a limited use in terms of the end game, because like we can surround this 3-spot area with the fire rings, and they're gonna be burning everything that circles around here, which is quite efficient. But would I rather have that than mages or super monkeys or snipers? Not really, but this time around here we're doing it, and it's just because why not? So 98 coming to an end, and yeah, I like that. I really do like that. Stop hitting, nothing's here, dude. There, we got it. Good times. Time to go burny stuff. Don't lag on me. So yeah. What's going on? Okay guys, I have something. I need to pause, guys. Alright, sorry about that, guys, but I think that I'm filling up my hard drive really with recordings. I have K-Slipper movies. I'm a bit bumped on internet on upload capabilities, because I don't know what my ISP has been doing lately, but they've been like cutting the connection every night, which is where I want to be recording and sharing stuff and uploading it. So the things I have been able to upload are like flooding up my hard drives on my different computers, and I'm just unable to get it up to you guys. So like, you've probably had a day of complete silence, and it's not because I haven't been sitting here really wanting to share and wanting to reply to comments and read and do trades. I've just been locked away from the internet for the most of the time, so it's a massive bummer time. But it's really out of my control, and like internet in Denmark is pretty much monopolized, so it's not like I can do a lot of stuff about it. At least, I mean, in the parts of, if you live in, you know, capital and other major cities, you have loads of options. But if you live in like hillbilly land where I do, not trying to ditch my town, it's not meant like that, it's just not a very large one, then you don't have as many options really. But even though I had to do a bit of a pause and resume, here we are moving in on the last round of the free play, and I got a structure update, which is like really cool. There are actually levels where I think the tack shooter kind of thing is really good to use. It's not one of those completely useless kind of things, so it's a very nice one to have unlocked the 4th tier upgrades for. 4th tier upgrades for, yeah, I know. Hilarious. It's actually so funny that I can't even laugh about it. It's like crazy. So, Blade Maelstrom. Never really understood that one, because it's like, why would I use it if it can't pop lead? It has to be a pretty early game thing then. And if we could use that early game, if we had that kind of money early game, I would play something else. So it's like, but again, I hope to see maps that are interesting enough for me to consider such strategies, really. So I'm going to be having fun, guys, with my fire sprayers here, and I think I said it in the last video as well. Now I'm here, and I do want to share the process to 101 with you guys, just in case there are people out there that would really like assistance getting this additional token on the hard mode. But I'm probably just gonna be having a blast with my fire once I'm done recording. So after this round here, guys, when we have our freebie token, I'm gonna be calling it pretty much a day in terms of balloons, and then I may be just ranking up a little bit between this video and the next one by just going a bit crazy here, and yeah, you know, just having fun, really, because that's why we game, and that's why I am pushing these balloons videos, really, because I'm having so much fun recording them. And I really hope some of, I mean, I know it's a pretty old game by now, but I rediscovered this game, and I'm just having such a good time here. So I do hope it's something that some of you guys are still playing or started playing as well, because I love this game. I really do. But like I said, when I started looking at the Bloons games, I've been playing the Bloons Ninja Kiwi series of games for like forever, so it's not a new thing for me to be crazy about them. It's a really high quality game, I feel. So I'm thinking this here is the last batch of soon to become nothing more than popped remains balloons. Oh yeah, let's just grab those in here. Let's just go silly pants with all our activated abilities here. A grand finale, as they say somewhere in the world. Or perhaps they don't. Perhaps you just read about people said it like once in the old days. I don't know. Perhaps we'll never find out. Bum bum bum. Righty, so Ring of Phoenixes and very popped balloons is what I'm thinking. Wow, it wasn't the last one. Big surprise there. Surprise! Good times, good times. So bring it, Dr. Poo Pants. Let me see what you got. So actually they are having some effect, these fire spraying tack shooter things. Yeah, that's a good thing. It's always nice when the things you put down have an effect, and actually their range is not that bad. Pretty much very useful, I think, in this game anyway. So guys, that was passing the round, earning a token, and I'm gonna be fiddling around. I'm gonna be just fire stuff. But yeah, you guys are not gonna be able to see it because it's like too much fire. No, I'm kidding. It's gonna be a lot of the same stuff, and I'm just gonna be going a little bit crazy. And I'm thinking I pretty much got the grounds covered on the 3 times around track. So for those of you guys that checked it out, thank you very much for watching.